Welcome to Rise Untold, where the stories behind the spotlight come alive. At 71 years old, Jackie Chan just dropped a bombshell that has Hollywood executives scrambling. The martial arts legend who risked his life in countless death-defying stunts, who bridged East and West cinema, and who became a global icon, just declared war on modern Hollywood. At the prestigious Locarno Film Festival, Chan didn't hold back, saying, "I think the old movies are better than today," and calling out studio executives with a brutal truth that no one wanted to hear. But his most devastating blow? They're not filmmakers, they're business guys. This isn't just criticism. This is a declaration that Hollywood has lost its soul. Jackie Chan isn't just another celebrity throwing stones. This is a man who literally bled for cinema. From starting as Bruce Lee's stuntman in Enter the Dragon to becoming one of the most recognizable faces on the planet, Chan has seen Hollywood from both sides. He's worked in the golden age of Hong Kong cinema, where creativity ruled supreme. And he's navigated the modern Hollywood machine, where spreadsheets apparently matter more than stories. When someone with his credentials speaks, the industry listens. Chan's words weren't just criticism. They were surgical strikes at the heart of what's wrong with modern cinema. Right now, a lot of big studios, they're not filmmakers, they're business guys. They invest $40 million and think, how can I get it back? And you can't go over. It's very difficult to make a good movie now. This isn't coming from an outsider looking in. This is coming from someone who conquered both Hong Kong and Hollywood, who understands what it takes to create movie magic. But here's what makes Chan's critique so powerful. He's not just talking theory. He lived through the transition. In the early 2000s, Chan actually gave up on making Hollywood films because he couldn't connect with American audiences and was disgusted by the quality of scripts he was being offered. The man who would do anything for a great story was walking away from the biggest film industry in the world because the stories had disappeared. What's even more striking is how Chan's own career trajectory mirrors the industry's decline. In his Hong Kong heyday, films like Police Story were made with passion, innovation, and genuine artistic vision. Chan wasn't just performing stunts. He was pioneering new ways of storytelling through action. Every broken bone, every dangerous leap, every perfectly choreographed fight sequence served the story. Compare that to today's CGI-heavy action sequences where computer graphics have replaced genuine human achievement. Chan's perspective is unique because he experienced what he calls the golden age of filmmaking. In Hong Kong cinema of the 70s and 80s, Chan wasn't just an actor. He was everything. As he proudly told the Locarno audience, in all of Asia, only two directors can do everything: the writing, directing, acting, stunt coordinating, stunt fighting, and editing. Only two. One is Sammo Hung, the second one is Jackie Chan. And I'm better because I know how to sing. This wasn't arrogance, this was necessity. In that era, filmmakers had to understand every aspect of movie making because they were creating art, not just content. Chan learned to sing not because he loved music, but because he understood longevity. He thought, I cannot do this forever. It's just so dangerous. His goal wasn't just to make money. It was to become the Asian Robert De Niro. What Chan is describing isn't unique to Hollywood. It's a phenomenon that's infected the entire entertainment industry. When studios became subsidiaries of massive conglomerates, the priorities shifted. Art became secondary to quarterly earnings reports. Creative risks became unacceptable when shareholders demanded predictable returns. The numbers tell the story. Modern Hollywood is obsessed with franchises, sequels, and remakes because they're safer investments. Original stories are seen as too risky. This is exactly what Chan is talking about when he says studios think, how can I get it back? Before they even think about what story they want to tell. But here's the tragic irony. This obsession with guaranteed returns is actually killing the golden goose. When everything feels manufactured and formulaic, audiences start to drift away. The very creativity that built Hollywood into a global powerhouse is being systematically eliminated in the name of business efficiency. Chan's own Hollywood experience perfectly illustrates this decline. When he first tried to break into American cinema, he struggled not because he lacked talent, but because the system didn't know what to do with originality. He was being asked to be a stereotype rather than an artist. Rush Hour became his breakthrough. But as Chan revealed at Locarno, it almost didn't happen. Rush Hour. It was the last try. If it doesn't succeed, then I finish. Even that film had constraints on budget and limited space for action sequences. But it worked because it still had heart. It still had genuine chemistry between Chan and Chris Tucker, and it still respected the audience's intelligence. The success of Rush Hour proved Chan's point. When you combine genuine creativity with commercial appeal, magic happens. But this lesson seems to have been lost on modern studios who want the commercial appeal without the creative risk. They've studied the formula but missed the soul. Chan's critique goes beyond just Hollywood. It's about what happens when industries prioritize short-term profits over long-term artistic legacy. We're seeing this everywhere, in music, in television, in publishing. The accountants are making creative decisions, and the results speak for themselves. Think about the films that made Chan famous. Police Story, Project A, Drunken Master. These weren't safe choices. They were original, dangerous, and required genuine creativity. They succeeded because they respected the audience and took risks. Compare that to today's endless stream of remakes, reboots, and franchise extensions. The international success of films like Parasite and Everything Everywhere All at Once proves that audiences are hungry for original storytelling. These films succeeded not despite their originality, but because of it. They offered something that the franchise machine couldn't replicate: genuine human stories told with passion and creativity. But Chan's career goal in Hollywood was always to be a cross-cultural bridge between the US and China. But how do you build bridges when the foundation is purely financial rather than cultural or artistic? True cultural exchange requires understanding, respect, and genuine curiosity about different perspectives. Jackie Chan's criticism isn't just about nostalgia, it's a call to action. At 71, he's still saying, "I still can fight," not just physically, but for the soul of cinema. His words at Locarno are a reminder that great movies come from great filmmakers, not great business plans. The question isn't whether Chan is right. The declining quality of mainstream cinema speaks for itself. The question is whether Hollywood will listen. Will they remember that the business guys Chan is criticizing wouldn't have businesses to run without the artists who built the industry in the first place? Jackie Chan didn't just slam modern Hollywood. He issued a challenge. The response will determine whether cinema survives as an art form or becomes just another product on the assembly line. The man who once said he wanted to be the Asian Robert De Niro has become something more. He's become the conscience of an industry that has forgotten its soul. Like and subscribe my channel Rise Untold for more entertainment news and fun.